you did with your father, and you guys were pretty open about some of the things that happened after the loss to Shakur Stevenson. How are you guys now? How has training been for this fight? How are you feeling working with your dad once again?
Oh, well, look, man, I think that we just had to go back to the basics, go back to the drawing board, and we brought in Milton LaCroix, who was in the corner with me when I faced Honor Barboza. And, I think that was the whole thing. We just, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So that was the whole situation there. We got back to it. We spoke on it. We had a good game plan, good game plan afterwards. And I think that, I think a lot of people are going to see more of this afterwards, So it's all about just having fun in there at the same time. Despite everything that people say about Rolly and his punching power, I think it's just all about having fun. Yeah.
Your first fight at 147 pounds, how have you felt training at this new weight? How different do you think you're going to be at this new weight?
Honestly, I feel like, it's going to be exciting for me, just because of the fact that 135 was fun, 140 was a learning curve, and then, now at 147, I feel like I'm filled in. I feel exactly where I should have been a year ago, but we're here now. Everything works out the way exactly it's supposed to. And, I just can't wait to give everyone the skill sets that I know that I have, that I worked so hard for. This is 23 years in the making, going on year 24, and I've been boxing since a young kid. Rolly started boxing at 17, 18. To me, he's an interim champion. He's always been a 3-division interim champion. He's never been an actual super or any world champion. He's been elevated, and I think some people forget that this guy is not in my league. He won't ever be in my league. He never was in my league. And I think that's the whole purpose of this thing, is just for me to show everyone that just because he beat Ryan Garcia.
You ever thought about having reconstructive surgery done to your face?
I'm not Ryan Garcia. Say again?
You ever thought about having reconstructive surgery done to your face?
You know something? I think you can say all that. It's all fun and games. You got the shirt off and all that stuff, showing your chest and everything. Same thing you did with Tank is same thing, So I seen all these things with you. And you can say all what you want to say, smile, but it ain't going to matter come Saturday night. Nah, it ain't. And, you could be all flashy right now, but you know what it is. You know what you're coming into.
Yeah, I'm not a flashy person. I'm just chilling.
All right. It's okay. Talk some more. Let me see it.
Stocks right now.
Oh, word? And you got a Rolex? Is that the Rolex?
No, another one.
All right, man.
Rolly, I'll ask you.
Sweet boy.
You were a 3-time interim champion. Said you're not in his league. How do you feel about that?
Buy the pay-per-view.
It doesn't really matter.
You gotta hit him, bro.
Very confident about this
Hey,
fight.
Teo. Hey, senior. Your game plan for me is just don't get hit by him, bro.
Who are you guys? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. What have any of you guys have done in this sport to even come about it? All right, I beat Lomachenko when nobody wanted to fight Lomachenko. #1 pound for pound, over Canelo, over Crawford, all they heads. You came afterwards and congratulated me. All you guys are fans. All of you are fans. I'm fighting my fans right now. You feel me? Who's the best fighter that Shakur has in the resume? Me. They put him at #3. Get out of here with all that stuff, man. I think everybody needs just a fat check, a reality check on this thing. All right. I'm coming back with vengeance, and I mean that. I ain't coming back with no other stuff but that. Fuck yeah! That's what we on. And I'm coming for you first. You're going to be my Judas. That's what you're going to be, my Judas. You're going to be my Judas. Because I always knew how you always were about me. But I was always kind about it because I got a big heart.
I never
hated on you. You're going to be my Judas.
It's true.
When it comes to it, you're going to be my Judas.
I've been the only person.
And everybody.
I've been the only boxer to support you,
man. Get out of it. You know something? If you were supporting me about it the whole thing, I
supported you the whole time.
You took the fight because you believe you could beat me. You took this fight because you believe you could beat me.
I try to fight everybody else, bro. No,
everybody,
you can.
Right?
Bro,
and as you should, right? As he should, right?
Straight up.
As he should, right?
The last one I wanted to fight. I didn't.
As he should, though.
I really.
As he should. But we here, right? You the champion, ain't you? You the champion, right? You didn't have to take it, right? What?
Big fight. It's the only big.
Yeah, only big fight. But now we here. Now we here.
Pacquiao, Conor, Ben, all them duck.
Yeah.
And thank you for taking the fight, but you didn't take it the first time, and you did.
No, I didn't. You're right. Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna be honest with you.
And we offered you more money.
No, it wasn't even about the money. I would never take it for the money. You know that.
You didn't take it. You declined the
You
fight,
know that.
And you tried to go run over to Zuffa. They didn't want you, and then you came back.
No, that's not true. They definitely wanted me. Trust that. Trust that. Trust that.
Bro,
Okay. All right.
Don't say I'm a hater, because I'm the only one to ever support you, man.
And what?
What, in boxing,
And what?
of all the boxers, I'm the only one to ever support you.
Oh, really? And I haven't. And I haven't. And I haven't.
I know you have. And I never said I want to get, I never said that.
Well, now we here now.
Yeah.
Now we here.
Don't say I never supported you.
Really?
Don't ever say that.
Don't ever say that. All right. Bet. Can't wait.
Anyway, my son is saying the truth.
And they can say whatever they want, but I ain't a damn liar, all right? I never been a liar. Everyone knows in boxing I ain't never been a liar.
You're gonna get your chance, Rolly. Come Saturday night, when you corner a dog, he's gonna come and fight. So everybody expect a fight. There's not gonna be no hugging in this fight. It's gonna be a real fight. And this is a fight against the whole world, the whole industry, the whole boxing community. My son was not in the pound for pound list when he beat Josh fucking Taylor, undisputed champion, and they didn't put him in the pound for pound list. That fight on January was a mental fucking fight to destroy my son, and now we coming back to fuck everybody up because my son loves it when he's down.
Junior, what's your game plan for me?
That fight saved my fucking life. Thank God we lost. 'Cause I'm fucking coming with a vengeance to fuck everybody that wanna fuck with my son. Motherfucker.
As Rolly Romero and Teofimo Lopez close in on fight night, the boxing pros aren't shy about picking sides. Mike Coopinger and Max Kellerman break down how Teofimo has bounced back from his lopsided loss to Shakur Stevenson and what changes against a completely different challenge in Rolly Romero.
What I think is it's really rare that you see somebody coming off of a comprehensive lopsided loss, the kind that Teofimo had against Shakur Stevenson, and then fighting a legitimately tough challenger in Rolly Romero in the next fight. In this day and age of boxing, you don't see that very often. So I hope we see more of it, and I think Teofimo, it's good for him. He needs to be able to get up for a fight.
And the polar opposite, like in Shakur Stevenson, Teo fought the guy with the fastest processor in the sport, maybe the best pound for pound fighter in boxing. Fast, the skills are so on point, and very much a boxer. And now he's fighting a caveman, right? Like Rolly Romero, we all know what he does, right?
Stylistic comparisons fly as the panel searches for the right historical blueprint to make sense of what's coming. But the real emphasis lands on Lopez's track record of stepping into the toughest available fights rather than padding his resume, a willingness the group treats as a defining trait heading into Saturday.
But let's take what Shady's saying. All right, do we think that Teo think he's taking on a tough fight in his first fight off of the loss? Or did Teo say, like Shady's saying, hey, here's a guy that is artificially inflated?
One thing you got to understand about Teofimo Lopez, he does not duck the smoke.
No, he does not.
At all. Nope. At a time when people didn't want to, they pretended they couldn't pronounce the name Lomachenko. Teo ran right to him.
But nobody would
beat him.
That's right.
Yeah. And then moves up to junior welter and wins the title there, to the championship there too. And then who was going to step up to face Shakur Stevenson? Because Tank Davis didn't want to say Shakur Stevenson's name.
When the dust settles and every angle has been picked apart, the group lands in the same place. Max, Gabe Mike Coppinger, and even Shady McCoy find rare agreement, all landing on a decision victory for Lopez when the scorecards are read.
Best bet or easiest bet or guaranteed bet. If you're a gambler out there, make sure you bet your money on Teo by points.
What do you think, Gabe?
Simple.
I agree. I got Teo on points.
Come on, man. You know I'm always right.
Cop, your best bet?
Same points.
Okay. I, however, am going to have to say Teo on points. So it's unanimous.
Y'all don't believe it's the Rolly? The awkward, strong Rolly?
Mikey Garcia opens his breakdown by giving credit where it's due. On paper, Lopez remains the more technically complete fighter, with victories over big names backing up that claim. But he's quick to flag the flip side of that resume. Lately, Lopez hasn't looked like himself, and Mikey argues that when he's off his game, sloppy errors start creeping in.
Well, the way I see that matchup, it's we have a few unknowns, a few variables that could affect, and by that I mean which version of each other are we gonna see on fight night. A lot. If I look at it from outside, which I've seen online, people kind of give the same opinion. They feel that Teofimo is the better skilled, more polished fighter of the two. But then when I look at this a little deeper, it's more like you're right about the better skilled fighter, the more polished, qualities and traits.
That inconsistency reshapes Mikey's entire outlook on the matchup. He brings up how Romero exceeded expectations in his outing against Ryan Garcia, delivering far more than the doubters anticipated.
That also means it was the Teofimo from the 135 pounds and the 140 pound. Teofimo that beat Lomachenko, the Teofimo that beat Josh Taylor. That Teofimo, sure, all day over Rollies. I pick him over Rollies. But the Teofimo that fought, say, Sandor Martin or even Shakur, not to take anything from Shakur, but that Teofimo, not so exciting, not so fast, not as accurate, making mistakes. Now it evens things out for Rollies because
Mikey turns to the harder to measure variables. He wonders aloud whether Lopez still has the same hunger driving him. Stack that over Lopez's shaky recent form, and Mikey lands somewhere he didn't expect, treating this as a genuine coin flip fight rather than a mismatch favoring one side while highlighting a slight edge towards Rolly.
Rollies looked very good against Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
Which I didn't think he was gonna win that fight. I don't think many people gave him a big opportunity, a big chance, and he did. So the Rollies from Ryan to the Teofimo that I just mentioned, the one that's missing and lacking some of these previous victories. Now I'm kind of like it's a pretty good matchup, more like a 50-50 than.
Tim Bradley zeroes in on the physical unknowns of Lopez's move. Does Lopez's pop translate the same way at 147, or does something get lost in the jump? He notes that Romero already calls this weight home, bringing with him a rare, almost unnatural strength that could give Lopez real trouble as he adjusts to bigger, stronger opposition.
Ain't got no power. 140 ain't knocked nobody out. He going to 47, jumping up 7 pounds. I've done it. It's different. Rolly thumping. It's different. Rolly is thumping. He can punch. He been at 47 for some time now. It's a different feeling when you get hit with them bricks. And Rolly got that freaky strength. That freaky, special freaky strength. Y'all get it. However,
from there, Bradley circles back to the Stevenson fight, seeing it as more than just a loss. He says Lopez needs to show clear improvement since then, noting that a technical loss like that can force a fighter to rebuild, improve his basics, and sharpen his ring IQ to stay competitive at the top level.
Between, the father, I don't know how true that is. I'm pretty sure his father's going to be in his corner, but is he going to add anybody new? Especially after the Shakur fight, because when you fight Shakur Stevenson, most guys, what they do is they reevaluate their entire career, not only their career, but they reevaluate their life, because the boxing and technical ability of Shakur just makes everybody just go, what just happened? That was different. He didn't do nothing but just use this jab the whole time and footwork. Maybe I need to do something like that.
Shifting from analysis to strategy, he laid out what he believes is the actual formula for beating Lopez. His answer centers on relentless pressure, turning the fight into a physical grind rather than a clean technical affair. He points back to the Claggett fight as the template, the kind of rough, suffocating approach that gave Lopez real problems before.
I do to beat him, I'll take it to him. That's what I do to him. I would take it too, Tio. I mean, did you see the Claggett fight? You see all them punches he took?
Trying to forget that fight.
Yeah, you saw that fight. You saw all the punches he took. Claggett was able to pin him on the ropes. Go to him.
Yeah, I would say that given your style and what I've seen of you so far in your pro career, I would agree with Tim. Given what you bring to the ring, you got to make it a rough fight, because what you hit, you can hurt. And if you can hit him, you can hurt him.
Wow.
Yeah, and Rolly, speaking of dopamine, right, you obviously fought.
Turning to Lopez himself, watching Romero carry himself with what he felt was too much bravado, Lopez says that moment sparked a desire to teach him a lesson, eventually helping set this fight in motion. For Teofimo, this matchup carries personal meaning beyond what happens inside the ring.
The way he, how can I say it, man? I think I was approached about the Rolly fight a little bit earlier in the year. And I was like, you know what? I'd rather see him defend it first before we ever talk about fighting each other. But then when it was the last fight that was here with Benavidez and Zurdo for the Unified Championship, I don't know, I just saw something change in him. He just kind of acted a little rash. He both So I was like, I gotta pipe that down, humble that man real quick. You know what I mean? So this is why I told my team, I said, let's make the fight happen and let's just put up or shove at this point.
He addresses the friendship paradox at the heart of this matchup. Despite sharing a friendship that stretches back nearly a decade, he understands that all of it disappears once the opening bell rings. Both fighters will enter with the same goal: to hurt the other, win the fight, and prove who truly belongs on top.
I think Rolly's playing very discreet right now, you know what I'm saying? I think that he's waiting until the final moments to really express himself, and I think that'll be on fight night, for sure. But in the meantime, I've known Rolly for over 10 years, and we've been to each other's homes and all that, but all that is out the window, really, come Saturday night. We're actually going to hit each other and actually look for a knockout. That's the main goal.
Ade Oladipo kicks things off by highlighting Rolly's time away from the ring and how that could shape the matchup. Mr. Versace then points to the friendship between Teofimo and Romero, noting how the two genuinely like each other while keeping things light. But once the bell rings, that friendship gets pushed aside as both men compete seriously.
Teo, Rolly, live on the zone. How do you see that one playing out? Rolly's not fought, I can't believe this until I checked, since Times Square, Ryan Garcia.
It's been a
long time, but it's a good matchup.
I mean, it's an interesting fight because you don't know where Teo is right now.
Yeah.
You don't know. I just did a show with the two of them together. They're obviously very good friends, joking around the whole time.
Bestie wins.
Is there a chance that it's a bit friendly in that?
From there, the group turns to a shared trait that makes this fight so hard to call. Both men are notoriously streaky, capable of brilliance. Nobody can say with certainty which version shows up on fight night. Still, Lopez's ceiling gets acknowledged, with his win over Lomachenko cited as proof of just how high that ceiling goes.
Swear that they're going to punch each other's face in.
Of course they're going to.
You know, they swear, they said, listen, we want to show everyone, because obviously Shakur is good friends with Keyshawn Davis. They said they'll never fight each other. And they're like, we want to show that you could still be friends and get in the ring and have a dust-up.
They're both so hot and cold, though. The pair of them, aren't they?
Both.
Well, that's the thing. You don't know which Rolly is going to be.
Rolly gets smashed and then he comes back and beats Ryan.
Teo's the one. Teo's exceptional. Teo's a brilliant boxer. We've seen. I mean, listen, this guy's got to win over Lomachenko. And that is no mean feat.
Look at the instruction.
Eddie Hearn and the rest of the panel land on a familiar refrain. This is about as close to a true toss-up matchup as boxing gets. With both fighters known for their inconsistency, predicting which version shows up on fight night becomes extremely difficult, leaving little separating them on paper.
Because you don't know which. That's as hard as a 50-50 fight I could think of, because with both of them, they're so hot and cold.
Both of them at the best.
Very quick, very quick.
Both of them at the best, it's got to be Teo.
Conor Ryan.
Oliver Spencer also honed in on just how hard both men are to read heading into this one, pointing out that Lopez in particular has cracked under pressure before. That inconsistency, he argued, could end up deciding everything, with the outcome hinging less on skill and more on which version of each fighter actually turns up on the night.
Do you know what it is? That they're both fighters that blow hot and cold, and you don't know what one's going to turn up. That's why this fight is a great fight. Inactivity has been a problem for both of them. Shakur Stevenson beat Teo easily last time out. Teo looks a shadow of his former self, which means not a lot because he's one of those guys that's a little bit, I don't know, a little bit fragile, maybe mentally. I'm not sure what it is about it. Sometimes when he's good, he's unbelievable, and when he's poor, he's really poor. And with Rolly Romero, he's exactly the same. You know, on his day.
Ade Oladipo then steered things toward resumes, stacking Lopez's marquee wins over Josh Taylor and Vasily Lomachenko against Romero's breakout moment beating Ryan Garcia. From there, the group went back and forth on whether that difference in experience really carries over once the two men are actually trading punches.
You know, it's one of those fights.
Good, you're right. When Teo's good, he's incredibly good. Like, you almost have to shake your head and remind yourself that Teo beat Josh Taylor and Vasily Lomachenko.
Yeah.
Like, beat Josh Taylor.
Vasily Lomachenko was even more impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, that is incredible.
It's a massive win.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah.
Huge. So, you know, if that guy turns up, he beats Rolly Romero. But Rolly Romero is a guy, you know, he beat Ryan Garcia and beat him quite comfortably.
And you forget that, don't you?
You forget it.
Yeah.
In Times Square, he beat him and beat him comfortably, had him on the seat of his pants. You know, It's a tough one to call.
Both hosts close things out on common ground, naming Lopez as the fighter with the higher ceiling and the edge to win, provided he stays sharp and doesn't let his focus slip the way it has before. His ability gives him the upper hand, but staying disciplined is what will ultimately decide it.
Teofimo Lopez, I just think that he may just be a little too much, but I could be totally wrong on that.
Yeah, Teo, I think, if you're talking sort of ceilings of both fighters, Teo's ceiling's a lot higher.
Yes.
Again, because as you just mentioned, Josh Taylor, Vasily Lomachenko, incredible performance, and he's been in there with some good guys as well, even in losses. He's been in there with some good names. He is the better boxer.
Yeah.
He's the better boxer. He's a better amateur record. Roddy has very little amateur record, actually. And you just feel like if he gets it right, but I'm with you, something sometimes seems off.
While Sean Porter addressed a pointed question mark hanging over Lopez, whether the best version of him had already come and gone. There's real concern in the room that his peak performances now sit in the past rather than ahead of him. By contrast, Romero, they agree, is still very much on an upward trajectory.
I think this could be, how good is Rolly getting? Teo, this is odd, I hate to say this. Teo might have peaked. This might be
100%.
Oh, y'all co-signing that? I don't want to say that. That's my guy.
100%.
I think we have seen the best Teo we ever seen in boxing. Rolly, I think he's getting better, man. I really think Rolly's getting better. I really wish Teo would just kind of Pops take a step to the side.
For Rolly, it's terrible timing.
Sean Porter and the crew shift into a more reflective mode, pondering a version of Romero that never quite existed. They argue the ideal scenario would have paired his current technical sharpness he carried in his earlier years. Since that physical resilience has since faded, the group suggests the window for him becoming a true long-term force may have already closed.
Is it?
Terrible timing. If he was this good, or getting this good, years ago when he had that true power, when he wasn't hesitant to throw, when he hadn't.
He's 30. That's the time we say.
Yeah, but his punch resistance isn't what it used to be.
That's correct. That is correct.
With true punch resistance, with that vicious mindset that he used to have, on top of the boxing skill that he has now, then you could say, like, yo, he's getting better and he could be a force for the next 2 to 3 years.
Sean takes the technical breakdown further, explaining the idea of pulling the counter. He says Lopez can use his jab and feints to make Romero throw first, allowing him to read Rolly's timing and respond with a counter. It becomes a simple but smart tactic, using Romero's own reactions against him to create openings.
Pulling the counter, right? So how do you pull the counter? You pull the counter with the feint, right? So basically, the counter puncher is waiting on that timing. How do you break up their timing? Is you throw a lot of feints. Now they don't know when to counter, right? And then how do you pull that counter? You throw that jab. That jab forces them, like a couple jabs in. They're like, okay, I found your timing. I'm gonna time your jab. Pull my counter, and then you work off of that, right? So it's got to be like they're saying, jabs. Start the fight off with the jabs. Pull Rolly into feeling like this is going to be the rhythm. Once you think he's found that rhythm.
The picks are in, the arguments have been made, but every prediction on this list is about to be tested for real. Don't miss a single fight breakdown. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you're first in line for every prediction, every analysis, every verdict.